All right, guys. So let's get into things. First of all, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another day trading live stream. It's Tuesday, November 22nd, and it's 7:46 a.m. So I'm thinking ONCS, not so bad. I was looking at the market around this area till around, I don't know, like literally before this popped up, and I went away for a bit, and then actually a really nice little front side. I'm not sure if I really would have traded it. Probably I would have started thinking about trading it somewhere in this area just because the volume wasn't that interesting. Who knows what I would have done. Definitely, if I bought here on the pullback, I would have had to take profits or cut losses really quickly, and then it's chopping. So I'm not really having any FOMO for quote unquote missing this one, just because I'm not really sure if I really missed it based on my trading style. But at least we have something moving this pre-market. We'll see what happens. So far, no trades from me. I'm just down almost 7,000 on my swings. So hopefully those will find a bottom at some point, and then we'll size into most likely coin at some point. I was really hoping for a capitulation under 40, a little bit more aggressive. So if we see that capitulation, that would be a little bit more exciting on my end, to get aggressive on maybe some spot or more options. Other than that, focuses on day trading, but it's still very slow. Let's quickly take a look at SPY. What we got. So we are in this channel here. Things are looking good. We're actually forming a pretty strong bull flag right here, and we're holding this 394 zone really well. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some sort of retest here at 403, and then maybe even towards 4010. But ultimately, I am expecting a capitulation. So I just don't know if we're already going to capitulate, or if there's going to be one last little hoorah here. Anything's possible, but I don't see, if we break 403, I don't see us holding this and really ripping up here. Who knows? Max is wondering, just a question, when it says SPY on in the caption, do you mean the ETF, or is there a different product? Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I'm looking at the SPY right here, this exact one right here, this ETF. If I was to trade the SPY, I would trade options on it. I have traded the spot price before, and I think it was like Friday or something. I did some spot trading on the SPY as well. More of just like a kind of an example trade, since it's kind of hard to make money actually trading the SPY directly, just because you would need massive size. I mean, this whole entire massive move here is like 0.4%, so you'd want to trade options on it. So I guess let's go through the news a little bit, see what's going on in the world. News alert, the yield in Germany's 10-year government bond held above 2% after hitting its lowest level since October 5th. Tomorrow we got durable goods, new home sales, and FOMC minutes coming out. I think the FOMC, or the Federal Reserve, talks a bit. I think this is going to be potentially the most interesting. The market also closes at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. It closes early, or is it 1 p.m.? Let me quickly check, double check. It closes at 1 p.m. sorry. So it closes 1 hour before this. But I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. I probably won't be trading either. I'll probably peep in really quick into the Discord and the tickers just to see what's going on. But I got family visiting, and I'm going to be taking Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off of trading and streaming. I still will be doing some other work. So if you're watching this and you're involved in those other projects, I'm still gonna be there. Yeah, just kind of taking off the, I guess you could say, my afternoons, right? Because right now it is 1:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1:50 p.m. my local time in Berlin. Let's see what's going on here with Morning Brew. President Biden continued the bizarre White House Thanksgiving tradition of pardoning turkeys yesterday when he observed 2 large birds, chocolate and chip, off their crime of being large birds. That sounds weird. Yesterday, the markets all ended slightly red. NASDAQ down -1% yesterday, roughly at 11,000. S&P at 3.9 thousand and down at 33.7 thousand. Not the biggest day. Other news, Bitcoin down 3%, so breaking that key $16,000 zone again. And Disney up 6% with that news of the new CEO that we talked about yesterday, Bob Iger, back at the helms. Let's see here. Stock slumped yesterday as China made it clear that the era of strict COVID restrictions is not over at all. Plus, rumors about potential OPEC oil production increase battery energy stocks and crude prices. And then here again about the Disney ordeal. Iger back at the helms. Soon you'll be able to buy weed in New York City. Oh, I heard about this. There's a bunch of weed backed up in New York because they can't get the license to sell it. This isn't a joke. Most New Yorkers know that you can already buy marijuana on practically every city block, but next month it can be done legally. The state, which legalized recreational cannabis back in March 2021, awarded its first 36 retail license yesterday. Okay, so they are giving out licenses now. Let's see, prioritizing sellers impacted by drugs' former illicit status. So their first dispensaries to open their doors in December. So yeah, they're all basically on standby. Just a bunch of stores with a bunch of weed inside. They can't sell right now. What took so long? Red tape. That's interesting. They're also trying to help those out harmed by the war on drugs. Let's see here. Under a special equity program, 150 of the first licenses will be made available to individuals with prior marijuana convictions or their family members. And 25 are reserved for nonprofits. That's really interesting. For the licenses granted yesterday, 28 individuals or LLCs and 8 nonprofits were selected from a pool of 900. Still, if the program works as anticipated, despite a lawsuit that's delayed and even further in some areas, it will give the communities most affected by past crackdowns on marijuana a chance to benefit from the new status quo, rather than big companies that have swooped in from other states. That's actually quite nice. But New York already has a black market for weed. One estimate puts its size at $2 billion. So a bunch of weed trucks are popping up in New York City trying to sell cannabis even though they don't have a license. Probably because everyone just thinks it's fine, so they start doing it. Wow. Max is wondering, would you ever trade futures? Why the ETF and not the futures? I feel like I get this question quite a lot. I almost need like a page to send you to answer the question. But in short, with trading, the grass is always greener. Like anything in life, the grass is always greener, but especially with trading. And right now, I know there's a big flux to forex futures trading. To me, I'm a small cap momentum trader. That's really where most of my focus is. I'll keep trading large caps and anything else, trading the front side, especially when the markets are slow. I have SPS here just because it's one of the main indexes that we look at. I often don't really trade it. At most, I'll probably do some options on other things, but I have nothing against trading futures, and I'll probably do that occasionally on this channel too. But ultimately, I think it's really important to specialize and get really good at one strategy. So I don't want to be trading just a bunch of different things every day. I want to really focus on, what's the best stock today with the most potential for a good front side trading, and I want to trade where all the attention is. Lately, obviously, it's been very slow in the momentum market, especially with small caps. So it's been a little bit of like trying different things and just being patient ultimately. Let's see here. Looking good moon. Unlike the crypto market, NASA's Orion space reached lunar orbit yesterday and flew just over 80 miles above the surface. Orion's journey is a key step in the space agency Artemis program, which aims to send humans back to the moon for the first time since 1972. If all goes according to plan, the next orbital flight will have astronauts aboard and will happen as early as 2024. That's really cool. Before the end of the decade, we're going to be sending people down to the surface, and they're going to be living on that surface, asserted NASA program manager Howard Hu, who oversaw Orion's launch. Let's see here. Simon & Schuster parent company Paramount scrapped its plan to sell the publisher to its rival Penguin Random House for $2.2 billion yesterday. The deal is already on thin ice. A federal judge blocked the deal last month after the DOJ, Justice Department, or the Department of Justice, DOJ, sued to stop the merger over antitrust concerns. Paramount had planned to appeal the decision, but instead it will shell out $200 million for a termination fee. Ooh, that's so much money. Simon & Schuster is still up for sale, though, if anyone needs a good Christmas gift for a book lover. Look at this. The nation's largest rail union yesterday narrowly voted down a tentative labor contract brokered by the Biden administration. So much for Biden here being the man of the unions, increasing the risk of an economy deliberating rail strike ahead of winter holidays. Could start as soon as December 5th, the strike, unless new agreements come up. A rail strike could cost the U.S. economy about $2 billion per day, according to the Association of American Railroads, which who knows how biased they are. The ripple effect of a shipping stoppage of that magnitude could lead to global food shortages and more. The American Chemistry Council says about 2.8 billion in chemical shipments would be impacted each week. Ay. Like we don't have enough problems. The workers want more than a 24% pay increase by 2024, it looks like, the largest in 4 decades. So this was rejected due to the lack of conscious concessions from management around the members feel unfair attendance policies and persisting understaffing issues. One federal agency estimates that freight carriers employ 30% fewer workers than they did 6 years ago. That's crazy. Think about that. There are 12 unions that need to approve the contract. And yesterday's the Smart Transportation Division union rejected it. Interesting. Oh, have you guys heard about this debacle with the love thing here? That's really having a tough time. Let's get everyone up to speed. World Cup host country Qatar was probably hoping the controversies would end when the games began, but as we've learned from a Thanksgiving gathering, you can't escape politics even when football comes in. Let's see. Iran players joined the protest. Players on Iran's team did not sign the country's national anthem before their match with England yesterday, breaking the tradition. The team's silence was interrupted as a display of solidarity with protesters across Iran demonstrating in response to the death of a young woman in police custody after she was detained for how she was wearing a hijab. I think that is always just mind-blowing, this whole situation with how she died in custody because of how she was wearing clothes. It's crazy. Captains lose their armbands. A group of 7 European team captains ditched their plans to wear LGBTQ plus One Love rainbow armbands after FIFA threatened the players with yellow cards if they wore them. How crazy is that? FIFA has not publicly said why the armbands are banned, but homosexuality is illegal in Qatar and political additions to uniforms are against the rules. I guess that's pretty fair. The Belgian team was also told to remove the word love from inside of their jerseys, and the American soccer writer Grant Wall said he was detained when he tried to enter the stadium wearing a rainbow shirt. He was eventually released and allowed to wear the shirt inside. I don't know what people expected would happen if you host FIFA in Qatar. I don't know if you guys ever been to Qatar. I have, and it is a very strict country. And personally, I was pretty happy to leave the country because I was so nervous I was going to make a mistake. So it's not a surprise. I hope nobody thinks this is weird. What's going on over there? KPIs. Let's see what's going on. I think we have to be more realistic sometimes. I think that's one thing that trading teaches you. You just become very realistic. You have to. You can't lie to yourself or things don't work out very well. This is pretty crazy right here. Elon Musk, my first child, I didn't know this about Elon Musk. My first child died in my arms. I felt his last heartbeat. I have no mercy for anyone who would use the death of children for gains, political or fame. Just kind of thinking about that is just mind-blowing. Like, if you just really think about it for a second. My first child died in my arms. I felt his last heartbeat. That's heavy. Elon Musk made it clear on Sunday that while he took over Twitter as a free speech absolutist, he's down to allow Trump, Kanye West, Taylor Greene, and other people whose accounts were suspended back on the platform. He does draw the line somewhere, and that somewhere is at Alex Jones of InfoWars. Jones repeatedly insisted that the Sandy Hook shooting was a hoax, and he's been ordered to pay nearly $1 billion to families impacted by the tragedy. That's what you get. The suspect in the weekend's shooting at the Club Q, a gay nightclub in Colorado Springs, will face 5 murder charges and 5 hate crime charges. The earthquake in Java, Indonesia, left at least 162 people dead, and the death toll is expected to rise as more learn about impact in rural regions. Coinbase, look at this. Shares hit their lowest price ever yesterday as FTX implosion continues to rattle the crypto sector. Let's pull up our boy Coinbase. Yeehaw! Look at this one. So yeah, we had that all-time low back here in this area at roughly, oh, we're way too far back. Right here, we went down to 40 something, but apparently not as low as we actually hit now, 40.61. So over here it was only 41.31, and we had a really strong rebound after that, 81% rebound. But now it's not really looking like we're going to get a rebound. It kind of feels like a dead cat bounce here. We could have a really strong sell-off that lasts maybe a day or something before we rebound. But that's what I'm looking for, and I can't wait if it does happen. Hopefully I don't buy too early if that's the case. And technically I already bought too early on my options on it. Domino's Pizza is buying a fleet of 800 Chevrolet Bolts and hoping the electric cars will help attract more delivery drivers. What are Chevrolet Bolts? So it's this EV car here. Kind of reminds me of a hamster. I don't get why EV cars always have to look so bad. I think that's what, you know, Elon Musk did so right. He just made a car like look good. God, this looks really good. Oh, I'm ready to make some pumpkin pie. I really like pumpkin pie. I think following the FTX bankruptcy is going to be really interesting. It kind of seems like everyone's betting that the crypto, everything crypto related is going to get much worse before it gets better. I wonder how much worse it's going to get. I don't have a subscription to Bloomberg anymore, but this article seems quite interesting. Russia is losing brains, so smart people in Russia are fleeing. Many of those talented young Russians working in tech have fled their country in search of better prospects for themselves and their family. Some men fear that a future military mobilization will force them to fight in Ukraine, and even new rumors feeds this anxiety. The latest Russian brain drain will deliver economic and therefore political shocks for decades to come. Yeah, that always happens. Oh, Jesus. Lie to me. Bob Iger is going to save Disney. Oh, I gotta share this in our Discord. That's good. Here's one for me. God. What would we do without a Wall Street bet? That's the real question in this world we have to ask ourselves. Uh-oh. Ethereum looks like it's about to break a key support zone. Bitcoin already did. Let's check out our good Solana friend just to get a good little chuckle in. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Exchange reserve data. Let's check it out. Binance, Coinbase Exchange, KuCoin. They give KuCoin a check before Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken. That's interesting. Bitfinex, really, this is like the most suspicious one with Tether. Sometimes I wonder about all this stuff. Would love to look into it more. Well, actually, let's go here back to the infinite market cap. And also, always good to keep an eye on our lead gapper. Right now it's ONCS, but it's not so interesting. A little bit of a ranging setup here. But we'll see. Amazon down 6%. No more at $1 trillion. Tesla down almost 14% this week. Crazy. TSMC chilling around. TSMC had just an amazing last 15 days or so. Wow, the pesky penguins, guys. If NFTs are any sort of indicator, the pesky penguins bottomed out about 1.15, and they're really making a strong comeback. So, whatever that means, I have no idea. I just want to throw it out there, I guess you can say. Where is the research that I'm looking for? Is this the tab? Yeah, here we go. Let's go to all charts. So you can see here we bottomed out about like 1.2, then we were at 1.5. Sorry, I got that wrong, and now we're back at 1.95. So it looks like there's a bit of a floor coming in for pesky penguins, at least. Very interesting. I think it's worth noting. Oh yeah, we definitely got to make some memes today. Coin crawling up pre-market, already up almost 6%, pretty strong. At least from its lows that it had yesterday. So very strong move there. Yep, 5%, not 6%. Apologize. This is the last day I'm going to remind everyone to vote before Cyber Monday, our giveaway that we're doing, our raffle. So I'll just post it here again. Monday. I appreciate everyone that already filled it out. Morning, Joshua. Or Joshua? Joshua? I think there's something missing there. I'll tell you what's missing. My girlfriend's supposed to come in here with an espresso and still has not arrived. So talk about somebody in trouble. Somebody's gonna get it later. $8.20. Oh, we'll be here for like another hour and a half. See if we can get some trades in. I really hope so. I would love to wrap up the short week for me with at least a few wins. I feel like I'm not even asking for that much, but dang, it has just really not been my last like 10 days have really been slow. Oh, that's so funny. I appreciate it, Joshua. Um, we had somebody else do the same thing, Jim B in the Discord. He also built a script. We actually do plan to build out an API for that for 2023, but right now the copy and paste is very quick for that one. So most likely we'll actually start with APIs on a few different brokers first. So what I do is I just go to TD Ameritrade and to the transaction page, and I just copy, Control C, go to Trade Journal, Control P, paste it in, and then just import. So that works really fast. But that's pretty awesome that you built out a whole entire Python script to convert the file. The file shouldn't require any conversion though. You could just import it directly. Whatever you your account statement from TOS, not TD Ameritrade, just TOS. Like you said, that should work pretty smoothly. I know there's a few people that do it. Regio is wondering if it would be possible to take two brokers to combine as one trade journal. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, to be honest. I'm sorry. Yeah, Joshua, actually probably. We've already had a lot of help from Jim B, and it was really awesome. Write me on Discord, and I'm sure we could figure something out for sure. We have actually a few people in this community helping out. We have somebody else who has a marketing company, and he's helping out with our partnerships, and a lot of community members just helping with referrals and whatnot. If you guys are affiliates or have a network to spread the word to Trade Journal to, shoot me a DM as well. We're actually going to be launching a referral program. It's already in testing phase. So if you want access to our referral program, again, just send me a DM, ask me about it, and I'll get you set up on it. We'll be probably testing it for like another 2-3 weeks before we make it fully live to everybody. There's already a few people using it. Kind of wondering if ONCS is going to give us another push here. I'd really love to see that. You know, we're over that critical $6 zone. Let's quickly just look for a second what's going on. 12.6 big time resistance, 14, 15 big time resistance. So again, like 11.5 or so might be worth identifying, and then again somewhere here. I don't want to overcrowd my chart with major support and resistance zones, but I think this should be about fine. The next one will be about $9. Obviously, $1.50 are always significant to consider, so $8 will be a significant zone if we are able to push over that 7. Let's see what Warren Buffett is up to. Yep, he is buying TSM. He's been into this one for a while now. I'm not sure if I want to be jumping on it. Let's see, TSM. I think it's a C at the end though too. Or actually no. Here we go. So yeah, it's already had pretty nice rally here. It makes me a little bit unexcited to jump into it. But let's actually map this one out. So it had such a strong sell-off on such a strong company, which is just insane. Now it actually looks like where this ticker is going to start kind of ranging here. I think anything you buy below like 75 or so could be a really nice entry. Look at that perfect bounce off of key support. Just beautiful. I wish I was there for that one. I was not paying attention, I must admit. So TSMC, I'll put alert there. Chevron, CVX. This one had a really nice run from the lows. Paramount, P-A-R-A. No, that's funny. We were just reading about the merger that wasn't going through with Paramount. Huge price level around 30-35. We could see a bounce back to that zone. Maybe I would honestly love to size into this one if we get a double bottom of some sort. So I'll be keeping an eye on for that. CE. This is a new one for me. Big levels are roughly around 50. Look at that perfect bounce off that key support at 50. This one looks like it might start crawling higher again. I guess any pullback below 83, 87 could be just a good buy and kind of hold. Regio says if I lose $1 on broker A and win $2 on broker B, that's a new win of $1. Could that bottom line number be reflected? If I lose $1 on broker A and win $2 on broker B, that's a net win of $1. I don't think I still get the question, to be honest. And the reason is I feel like what you're saying is already the right situation, like is already how it works. So let me just go to my swing trade portfolio because I think this one has a few brokers on it. And I just go to my stats. I've traded in this portfolio on TD Ameritrade, Weeple, and Robinhood, and all of them are reflected in my net profit. So I'm not. Is that different than what the example that you're mentioning here? I mostly use TD Ameritrade, but here's a Weeple, for example. I did Robinhood a few times in the beginning of this portfolio. I mainly trade on TD Ameritrade. Okay, it already does it. Gotcha. Yeah, I was so confused. I was like, you can import brokers from anywhere. So when you add a trade, like manually, if you do that, I sometimes do that if it's crypto. You know, you just type in what broker it's from right here. You'd even put other if it's like, I don't know, from I even put friend because I bought an NFT from a friend, and you could put whatever broker, you know, bought from my cat or something like that. You can create that broker. It probably won't get approved on Trade Journal, but you'll have it for personal reference. These are all like top X stocks. These must be auto-generated articles, I feel like. Sample portfolios. Can you see what this just started investing in? I know Kathy Wood just bought a bunch of coin again, a little bit early like myself. I wonder how up to date this is. This would be really interesting if it was up to date. I just don't know. I just don't know if it is. It doesn't show coin, so it must not be so updated. ASNS popped up, but almost no volume, so I'm going to take it back off. Kind of hoping that maybe ONCS will break out of this range it's been stuck in. Give us another leg or whatnot. Here we go, a little breakout. New 5-minute breakout. I'm not usually never a big fan of these situations because you're always risking a really quick sell-off. We're still stuck in a range, so at best this will be a ranging breakout. So next resistance about 57. So boom, there we go, a nice little push. Not a bad move there. All right, this one's definitely in play. With that kind of volume just now, new high. Bid stacking around 60, high 60, low 70. Oh man, I don't even have good till cancel selected. God, small size there. It's not moving as much here in this zone. I'm looking to accumulate a little bit more, something around the 60s. Watching. New minute popped up. Fairly strong ticker still. Held again. Try to take advantage there of that possible break. Kind of like stuck with like these really random orders at 167. Or not stuck, that's not the right word. I got a partial fill and now I'm just dealing with 167. Taking some profits for once. Little scratch. Didn't size up though. I wanted 500 shares as a bare minimum. And I was kind of dealing with 300. Crawling down this 5-minute candle. I'm going to give it a little bit longer here because it's not so bullish on the 5-minute. When How's a nice little volume though. 65, kind of holding the line here. I would honestly like to see a little bit bigger of a pullback before I enter, just because the 5-minute's not bullish. I see you falling off a cliff. You guys remember that from yesterday? It's still holding though. Could give a push over 6.8. First 30 seconds held. That is actually a good sign. Volume's a little bit too light here though. Yeah, the one thing putting me off is really the 5-minute at the moment. Probably good chance that we're gonna break that 9 EMA. Maybe we're gonna find support now. I mean, I was expecting for a bit more of a sell-off. It's a bit of a slow resolution here. PALI being called out. It looks much healthier on the 5-minute. Volume's a bit on the light side. That pullback on it was quite aggressive, but you'll often see that on a new ticker just popping up. Daily chart is really ugly on this one. I think that's a bit of the not so nice part. So $4. It's got upside potential. Let's see if we can get a small size on this one. Still pulling back here, 290 acting as some support. It's actually not so shabby. Getting more nice. New 5-minute popping up now. Just my fill there, 100 shares. 100,000 being traded that last minute. It's pretty good. $290 was acting as pretty strong support on this one. So if it ships that but actually holds again, could see another attempt to break higher. New 5 minutes going to be starting pretty soon though, so you do want to keep that in mind. 88. There's some support there. New 5-minute. Could keep ripping here over 3. I'm gonna buy a 297. Let's see if we can get that pop over 3. Jumping on this one at 3, looking for a bit more of a move. Taking some profits. I think it could keep ripping to 3.2. 5-minute is strong. $3.05. Got another fill there. Looking for that final break over 3.2. $17.76. buying around 305, 306. I'm average is 3078. Looking for that move over 302. Still looking very strong, still on a front side. But we have that top at 302, so I'm not sure if we're going to break that. That's really the question right here. New 5 minute and minute and a half. Looking for that move over 3-2. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of resistance. But I think we could see a possible pop to 3-4 or so. 3-5 maybe even. There's a fat ass there at 305 though. Volume's still increasing. That's a good sign. ONCS crawling back up as well. That was a weird situation. The ask got chipped and then the bid went down. Very weird. So still struggling here. So PLI Pali kind of struggling a bit too much. $46 hanging. That ask on the bid, or the bid right there at 302 was really, really light. Looking for that move over 3-2 still. $302 holding. I'm looking for that move over 320. Oh, darn you, TOS. Stopping out. That's unfortunate. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah. So we ended up stopping out at 98. Not obviously the best spot, but you got to call it at some point. I had a really strong feeling it was going to bounce back, but we can't trade on, you know, hopium. That's fine, is what it is. Man, this market is exhausting when you're trying to trade front side. You pretty much have to get that initial pop on whatever and then kind of walk away, unfortunately. That's not typically what you want to be doing. What you want to be doing is really getting more and more aggressive. You just can't be doing stuff like that in this market. But that's fine. I'd rather take small losses and keep doing it, because eventually we're going to get one and I'll be able to make back everything on just one ticker in one day. So just got to keep the losses tight and go from there. Welcome everyone that's new. I see we got some peaks here on the viewer count, so welcome guys. Jules says I was aggressive the first gain. Yeah, that was really where the money was. That's where I made my profits too, but I missed out on my size. I didn't get my execution I wanted. I should have been a little bit more aggressive. If you are new, check out the pinned comment we have, or I think it's a comment you can call it. Last reminder before Cyber Monday, we're going to have a raffle. There's just a survey to complete, and then you get an entry into the raffle. We'll have a winner selected for the prize on November 28th. Check out the link for the prize information. If you don't know what Trade Journal is, it is a totally free trading journal. It's a free trading platform, and if you want more in-depth learning and analytics and insights, I would probably even say, on how to maximize your alpha based on where you are in your trading career, we have the fast track program for that as well. Right now we have a pilot where we're working closely with several different traders, trying to figure out exactly what it takes to level up your trading based on where you are. And we want to work closely with people to identify those things. So that's what the pilot is all about. We were going to be running it for 6 weeks. We actually did a very beta version of this pilot over the summer, and it was really, really insightful. So this is actually going to be our second pilot, and I'm super stoked for it. So if you are curious on getting more direct feedback and joining a kind of an inner circle of traders, definitely consider checking out that pilot program. We're going to be starting it this week, and we're going to be going till the end of the year. Goal is to really build that foundation starting 2023. Hit the ground running. Pali kind of difficult here. MACD going red. 5 minute not showing anything too nice. Volume's fading as well, so it's no longer really in play for me. Five minute is a bit more bullish now. MACD is somewhat unattractive. You gotta kind of get what you can get though. I don't think it's a setup for me at this point. Isabel's wondering if I have any videos about Forex trading. No, I don't have any videos. I mean, in theory, you can consider my crypto trading as Forex videos, and I have a bunch of crypto trading videos. But no, nothing specifically on classic Forex. I don't trade Forex myself. I'll probably occasionally trade Forex if there's like just an insane opportunity. But to be honest, I'm not crazy about markets that are 24/7, just like futures. It just kind of, well, futures aren't 24/7. They're like 23/6. But I really don't like that thought. I like knowing that on the weekend I can just really chill without having a bad conscience. Not conscience. $8.59. Might be time to crank up the standing desk. I mean, we were watching PALI to maybe hit 3.5 or so. It's finally getting close to that 320 zone I was hoping for. A little bit delayed action on it. Ugh. Yeah, I already had a feeling this ticker was going to be nasty. Got a lot of catch up on here. Type. Okay, you know what I'll do? I'll put PALI on our title under this video as well. I'll add it to the list because, hey, we traded it. It was actually a ticker that was worth trading. Yeah, I agree, Reggio. It is kind of hard to deal with. That's why side hustles are so important on these slow phases, and it's also important when you have those months where you make 10, 20, 30,000 that you don't spend it all, so you can have a bridge. Last year was a really slow year for me. I don't know, we walked away with like 50, 60,000, which isn't crazy. So you gotta make sure you don't spend that money. For me, I pretty much leave most of my funds starting this year in my Roth IRA. I have a video about that as I started day trading this one. But yeah, it's always good to kind of accept that there's just slower periods. I think that really helps bridge these slower moments, so it doesn't faze me as much. But I know I would probably go a little bit crazy if like I remember in 2019, I think I had 2 months of like total flatness, and I was losing my mind. I mean, that's 8 weeks where you show up every single day and you have made 0 P&L progress. I think those are like the toughest times as a trader. Did you guys see the Black Friday deal for the Pixel 7? You get a Pixel 7 Pro. You could save $300. You can get it for $599. That's pretty good, honestly. That's pretty freaking good. I don't even need well, that's actually not true. I do kind of need a second. Technically, it would be my third phone. I have a few things I would need it for. It's not important to talk about. JSP says first you learn, then you earn. Yep, super true. You know what's a real drag? I was using my BlockFi credit card for a lot of things, and now that BlockFi suspended pretty much all of their business, I'm like updating. I'm realizing where my credit card is being used. The problem is it's actually like good places. I keep very tight things on my credit card watch, but it's annoying because I have to go ahead and like update it in many different places. And I'm like, oh, I should. It's not really something to be complaining about, but it's like one of these like really weird side things. I think the reason it's so annoying is because of the whole fact that BlockFi, is having issues, and there's many more repercussions about my account there than just the credit card. The credit card is more like the reminder, the constant reminder. I think that's probably why it's constantly bothering me a little bit. But yeah, it's not the end of the world. kind of feel like the SPY is still looking quite okay. 5-minute could be setting up, but I mean, it's going to be gapping up 0.5%. That's really not too shabby. Maybe we'll look at that push back to 400. Still waiting for a ticker to come up. Lance is saying, looking like we're getting volume today, question mark, or everyone started the holiday already. Yeah, I agree. It really feels like the holiday is in full effect. Man, next time the holiday comes around, part of me is going to be like, screw it, I'm just going to take the whole week off. Usually I just make like a 3 or 4 day weekend into like a 5 day weekend like I'm doing right now, where I'm basically taking, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, although Thursday is only a half trading day. I already feel like that's a lot, but, you know, I could have taken this whole week off easy. And, you know, you got to think about it. Would you rather have 5 days off or 5 plus 2, because Monday and Tuesday, that's 7, and then you get the whole weekend, so that's 8, 9. So 9 days off feels pretty good, because that's like when you start forgetting what day of the week it is. Now, me personally, I'm not going to be taking fully off because I would still be doing some other work on Trade Journal, but at the same time, it is really refreshing to have some time of change of pace. John's saying he's short Moderna here, mRNA, and it's paying off. Yeah, it looks pretty good of a short. I gotta say though, I mean, this ticker's in a very healthy uptrend. A lot of resistance around 189, but it is finding support here. So let's see how well this holds. But it had a rejection 1, rejection 2. I just kind of feel like the SPY and a few other largies might give us that last little punch these next few days. You know, because it tried to break down, it just couldn't do it. So I'm kind of thinking we're going to get that last attempted breakout, get people on the wrong side, and then really start capitulating. That's kind of what I've been waiting for, but who knows. Omar's wondering if I do all the coding on Trade Journal. For the first year, yes, I did. When did I bring on my first developer? I think it was like in 2021. The start of 2021. I brought in my first developer. So yes, I did at first, but now I do most of I don't even know how you'd say it, like the second it goes like into the deeper levels of coding, efficiency, optimizations, larger features, I no longer do that. That really takes a lot of time, and I just don't really have the time for that anymore. So I have a team now that helps me. Anything else to really mention there? Not really. There's no way I would have time for that anymore. Sometimes I'll spend my whole Saturday, like I'll wake up at 6 like usual, and then I'll literally work till like 4 or 5, besides like, you know, my lunch break, and usually going out for lunch or tennis around midday. Well, usually both. But then I'll usually just crank out pure Trade Journal work on like Saturday. And then in the morning every day I allocate at least 2 hours to it. So that's why I wake up so early. Although it's not even that early. But I feel like if you wake up any earlier than 6, like it just drastically deteriorates your normal routine, like your normal evenings. Like you can no longer just go out to dinner at like 7, because you're going to be falling asleep on your plate. So for me, waking up at 6 is pretty good. I feel like that's like as good as it gets. I don't even really like waking up any later. I feel like I miss too much. Jules says, I don't like SATX. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of SATX either. Every time I see this ticker, I'm like, oh. Something gnarly is about to happen. I didn't trade any of the crazy action we had on SATX. Was that Monday? I think no, it was Friday. Yeah, I didn't bother trading it. Although I gotta give it to it, you know, it was nice price action in a way. Like that 1 minute chart, pretty nice looking. Just all the halts and kind of the big spreads and the little volume it had just all made me very uncomfortable. Not my go-to kind of ticker at all, but again, this market you kind of gotta get what you can get. Oh, Jesus. I literally just pressed the hotkey and placed a trade. Well, that hasn't happened to me in a really long time. Let's see if we could even get a profit on this one. I don't really think so. I don't really want to be in this. Luckily, it's a tiny position size. My God, that was so sketchy. Oh, this ticker has like no volume, absolutely zero volume. We got another minute before the market opens. Oh, I am the volume on this ticker. That's disgusting. Regular says take the profit and run. I would if I could. All right, guys, good luck. I'm not really looking at anything for the market open except the ticker I accidentally entered in. So I'll be looking at probably some swing trades maybe. We'll see. I'll kind of keep an eye on everything. For now, I'm going to be ready to close this position, take a quick loss on it if that's what happens. I can't believe that just happened. What if I had a cat and it walked on my keyboard? Here we go. Alright, I'm out. I made $50 on accident. That's kind of cool. That was crazy weird. Okay. I'm watching ONCS. Back above. Didn't hold. Pali. BURL popping up. Actually, pretty nice volume on $185 stock. Really pretty solid here. It's got that possible upside to about 200, maybe even more. 185 though was a very big resistance zone. Makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Pali back at it again, trying to give us a heart attack. I've watched this one around 305, 350. Still a very healthy 5-minute breakout. Let's see if we can jump in on this one. Oh, just a hair late again. I'm going to reduce that. Move back, close it. A little bit of a flush action. Coin breaking higher. Square finding a little bit of support as well. PALI could give us an opportunity here. It's actually holding quite okay. Sell volume's a little bit beastly on it, but I think we could get that push to 3.5 or so. We're still in a 5-minute candle. Big support there. Buying. First entry at 302. Second entry at 306. Move my average up, looking for a break over 310. We got to see it quick. Don't want to hang around here too long. Got chopped out. Frustrating ticker. New 5-minute. Stop below 3. I'm gonna stop out the rest. Oh my god. Close. I find it so annoying that TOS does that. It's just like, close the order when I tell you to. Don't ask me all these questions. Yeah. Pali not really working out for me. Still one of the better tickers. I mean, technically, right here with the dollar volume on it. ONCS stuck below VWAP, so it's not so exciting. BBY, surprisingly, a bit of a gap up day here on this one. PALI, I'm keeping an eye on it on my second screen. Maybe it's going to break over 3.2. Could happen. All right, it's back in action. Nice breakout there. Let's look for continuation here to 3.5. New 5-minute candle. That's always a good sign. Anything back to 3.2 would be a good support zone, but so far it's still holding. So let's follow the bid there. Nice bid at 325. Wow, huge breakout there. Dang, that's what I was going for. Didn't get my fill. I was a little bit hesitant on that one. Popped right back up again. $4 big time resistance. PALI might get halted here. Whew! Congrats to anyone that got that breakout. Really nice. I missed it. John's up 700 on Pali. Nice, man. Congrats. I fumbled on this one. Wasn't liking it from the beginning. But then I noticed it broke over 3-2, and that's when I wanted to get aggressive again, but I missed it. Yeah, it's got that nice float. John's reminding us 154 mil. It's really good. So next big resistance is going to be $4. We'll look at that open at 42.21. So keep an eye on that. Basically got 4 minutes. That's really the only ticker that I see moving that I really want to be trading. ONCS has had that failed breakout. A lot of other names here without enough volume. BURL finding support again. BURL actually had a really nice pullback back to 180. Coin big pullback. Another 2 minutes till resumption on PALI. SPY is green, Bitcoin's green, most indexes are green, Nasdaq slightly red on the day, like usual. PALI looks like the only tradable ticker at the moment. Nice to see that we get at least a little bit of action to play with here today. It's kind of refreshing. I'm excited. So let's see if PALI can hold this zone. It's going to open up in about, let's see here, 40 seconds. Could be good buy. Ten more seconds. 2, 1. Let's see it. Delayed open. Uh-oh, 10-minute hold. That's quite rare, guys. This is quite rare. So they actually said here resumption. Oh wait, that is not Pali. So that was another ticker that halted. GMVD. It's very unusual. Yeah, it just has the normal LUDP, which is usually the time. It's kind of weird that it would be a longer hold. Darn. So 47.21. Pali's gonna open up at. Right now I'm just kind of checking out the other tickers moving, seeing if there's anything we can jump on. Not really. It's a bit dead out there at the moment. Tesla's having a pretty serious capitulation. Nice, game the system. Nice work on that SPY put. That's really exciting. Good for you, man. I'll go back to Pali just because I don't see anything else I'm wanting to watch. So I'll watch this one again at the open. Here we got another roughly a minute. Pretty flat what gap. Might be ending the day again, just with a few trades and slightly red. All right, guys, good luck. Opened up higher. I think a lot of people are nervous about a 10-minute hold. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It's in doji candle. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Possible break over 45. Wow, I was not expecting that. Congrats anyone nailing this ticker. To me, it's doesn't really seem so appealing to me. Next major zone is roughly at 520. It's just ripping through these resistance zones. I gotta give it to it. It's really impressive. Gotta love the low floats. Unfortunately, no trades around the halts for me on PALI. Typically, I don't get super aggressive around halts. Pali has been a little bit of a tricky one for me personally to trade. Haven't had my best results on it. Just as happy kind of watching here. I'm actually really stoked that we're even getting volume. Even though I'm not, taking advantage of it, it's really refreshing to see that. ONCS is just still falling down every candle. Yeah, I mean, there definitely could be some short covering in there. Anyone getting stuck in a squeeze, selling at high a day. I think that $4 zone was just like a hard stop for a lot of shorts. RUM being called out. Doesn't have enough volume for me. Rumble Inc. In fact, ignore. Yeah, Tom just had a good reminder here. 127% is Pali's up. So it's really good to see something like that. Very unusual as of these last few weeks and months, honestly. Question is, are we going to see another 5-minute or a 10-minute hold? So it could open up at 53.41. I'm kind of just watching it from here, unless I see a really good setup when it simmers down. You can see this ticker for me personally is just not that good. I'm down 2,000 on this ticker in general. A lot of big flushes. Kind of getting stuck in some pretty nasty moves. It's just a wiki ticker. This is actually somewhat clean. Look at this flush I got stuck in last time with Pali, so it's not the best. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pops up to 530, still holding this area really well. 5 minutes got a little bit of a gap fill potential, but ultimately, wow, yeah, it's holding that area so well. Rips to 5.5. Congrats to anyone nailing this one. It's a little bit of a show and tell ticker for me because I just can't get greed on this ticker. Sometimes tickers just move a little bit off based on your kind of personality. Wow, this is ripping past all resistance zones. Look at that volume on there. 639, a bit of stacking. So hard. Ah, it's chipping away here. Going back down. Not sure if it's going to halt again. Uh-oh. Shooting star. Down up. It's up 160% on the day. Gotta be careful with these shooting star setups. Next big support at 4.5. That was a 23% drop. Found support at 4.8. 14% bounce. Well, John, you had an opportunity to get back in there on that bounce back to 4.8. Look at AENZ up here. So probably an acquisition. Could be ranging here a little bit. $470, broke 9 EMA, popped right back up again. We had that low of 67, so actually held pretty good. Very wicky here in this zone. A lot of volume at 478 specifically. I would have been a little bit nervous to keep holding this one since it didn't pop right back up again. Nice bounce there off of PALI. Having that big resistance around 530. It was good watching this one. I could have done a little bit more action on it, but to be honest, I was not even expecting any of that. Once we did rip over 420 or 320, I was like, I got to get aggressive on this one. I fumbled around a little bit, missed my entries, and then I kind of felt like I was chasing. I don't know. I don't really regret it. Like, that was a nice move, but, you know, this rarely happens, especially in this market, so it would have been very risky on my end. Plus, I've been getting really punished lately for buying high and averaging higher, so I'm totally content with just watching that one. If this was a hot market and I was just watching it, and I do that every day, and it just slipped through my fingers, I would be very upset right now. But in this market, I literally could almost not care any less for missing it. But pretty nice. You know, it was nice to see that. I think what I would have wished is I got a little bit more aggressive with size early on. I had some okay trades on Pali, P-A-L-I, but ultimately I wasn't able to walk away green on this ticker. Right now it's actually setting up a really nice 5 minute. I mean, look at this 5 minute compared to this 1 minute here. They're almost identical. So it could still see some good action. I can't believe how bad I've actually traded on this ticker, like, as a whole. Look at this. I mean, I showed you guys these stats just a second ago, but I mean, PALI looks like I'm down 2.7 thousand on this ticker just in general. So like somehow I just can't get a I just can't get into a flow on this ticker, which is fine. Still holding this zone could be interesting. ONCS popping up again, still crawling lower, finding potentially big support here around $5. Could be a good bottom bounce trade on it. I don't trade bottom bounces anymore for day trading. I do it for swing trading, but not for day trading. So for me, this one is a no-go. Could work. Just for me, it's not my most profitable strategy, and I've tried to reduce everything that's not my absolute best strategy. So that's why I'm not interested in it. Trade the best, leave the rest. Little pop, no continuation. Oh, I'm actually green today. I had no idea. And AMTD, I accidentally traded. It's really not even worth documenting, but I'll just kind of take a screenshot of it for proof, just in case in the future I'm like wondering what happened. At least I always have that proof. AMTD. Oh, well, we traded this ticker quite a bit. I knew it sounded familiar. I literally have a strategy or a pattern on Trade Journal called accident, and lately I've been getting way too many accidents. I don't know what's going on. Hit a hotkey when I was looking. I hit a hotkey when I was looking at the ticker that was literally Alt A, which is buy at the bid, or no, maybe I did Alt Q, which is buy at the ask. That would make more sense because it was a really quick fill. So if I go ahead and call it here, which I think I probably will, you know, small scratch day. I'm up $17 today, actually $18.74, but minus fees. Only so yeah, $18.74. You see it here minus fees. I'm, you know, $17.46. Nothing too interesting. Never sized up into anything. Only $3.8 thousand position size. So very very small stuff. Yeah, I guess honestly, Dex, like it really comes down to sometimes like a few seconds on like trading style. Like usually, I'm a little bit more reserved. I'll get aggressive on buying the asks sometimes, but I think I'm not as aggressive as, let's say, Ross Cameron, for example. So it actually works with TOS. Um, but yeah, maybe I will switch at one point to DAS Trader or something else, especially in hotter markets. I think TOS will really show a lot of weakness in hotter markets. Coin crawling up today a bit more. So we're actually up almost 10% from the all-time lows here. So that's pretty, 7%, 7-11. See if there's any news I've missed out on. Looks like PALI back at it again here. Still holding that support. MACD looks very bearish, and the fact that it doesn't have any volume left in it is really sketchy. Cheers, Dex. Yeah. You almost have to adapt your trading style to TD Ameritrade. Like you literally just can't do certain things. Like you don't want to trade that first 1 minute open. Sometimes I do, but I've had so many major accidents because of that I pretty much just totally avoided, even if it does look good. There's nothing worse than all of a sudden your order disappearing and then 5 minutes later it reappears and you have no idea and you can't close it. And oh my God, I've had so many phone calls with TOS. And they literally said, be careful with the opening cross, which is the first 2 minutes after the market opens. Your order has a high chance of basically getting stuck based on how they route orders. They straight up told me like it often doesn't work. So you got to be really careful. I think Dex, that's probably like DAS's secret weapon for marketing. They just wait for TOS to have an accident, and then they probably get like a bunch of new users every time that happens. Yeah, it's weird, Ba. That's so true. It's like some days it actually works really nice. Like you really edge into it, and other days like it's like the worst thing that was ever invented. It's really weird. And it seems not always to be like consistent across everyone's experiences. Like some days somebody has a real big problem, but I don't have an issue. Some days I have a huge issue, but other people don't have issues. It's I mean, there's obviously those days where the market's really crazy and everyone has issues, but I don't know. Yeah, honestly, 150 a month for DAS isn't really too bad. I mean, once you're like a professional trader, you're actually making a living from it. Like 150 is not. You don't even really consider that if it even helps incrementally. So I really don't think it's too bad. If you're just starting out or you take pauses a lot, I think that's where it gets a little bit annoying. And the flat fee per trade is, I think that's really where it gets quite heavy. I mean, with options trading, I mean, those fees on options are also very heavy. All right, well, I think I'm not going to do any more trading today. Honestly, ONCS is kind of finding that support zone that we were talking about. I already had one initial retest off of here. Maybe it's going to have more. Volume's fading. I don't trade backside, so it's a no-go for me. You get them both open at the same time. Then you don't need DAS, I guess. I don't know. All right, guys, last reminder, we got a survey right now on I can't speak anymore. We got a Cyber Monday raffle going on. It's a simple survey you got to fill out. The link is right here in the YouTube chat. Check it out. You'll see it in the pinned message. We're going to do the raffle on Monday, so the upcoming Monday live, and check out the award there, lifetime membership at Trade Journal. Very quick survey to fill out. I really do appreciate all the feedback we can get. We're trying to make it the best possible platform for your needs. I don't want to give away anything else because I don't want to skew anything that you guys put. So yeah, make sure to fill it out. I really do appreciate all the responses, and I'm looking forward to doing the raffle on Monday. I'm not sure if there's really anything else to share today. Tomorrow I won't be trading. I won't be streaming either. I'll probably be off. If I'm online, I'll be in the Discord, and if I do place any trades, I'll post them in the Discord as well. If we get a really good setup, hey, and I'm not like out at the moment. I do have family visiting, so there's a high chance I'll be out. But if I'm not, and I have a little bit of work time, I will do trading if there's a good opportunity. But I'm not going to do any streaming for the next 3 days. So a little bit of heads up there. COSM crawling up. Oh yeah, not too bad. Super sub dollar. I have really bad experiences with these, but go for it if you think it's good and you have a flow on it. All right, guys, I'll see you the next time on Monday then. Fill out that survey, and like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades, and happy Thanksgiving. I'll wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving again on Twitter and Discord. Till next time, guys. Ciao.